Alright, so my topic today is about bullying, and I would just like to make a video about this because I've been bullied most of my life since 3rd grade, and then I moved and it stopped for a couple years, then it all came back this year. And I stopped caring about everything people would say. People throwing things at me in the hallway, saying things behind my back, hearing my friends talk about me, and them saying stuff about, who said what. I don't care, okay? It's whatever you heard. Just keep it to yourself, because although you're my friend, and you think you're being my friend by telling me what somebody else said, that's hurting me. That's all it's doing. And bullying is so stupid. I'm not gonna lie. It's the stupidest thing ever. Why would someone make someone feel bad about themselves? Who does that? Why would you want to tell someone you're fat, you're ugly, you don't have friends, you're like a slut, or you're stupid? I mean, someone called a kid stupid, and they didn't know that he was dyslexic. That's not his fault. It's not his fault. Someone called a kid a faggot, and the kid is gay. Why? I bet they have a bunch of other names to call you. They can call you so much stuff because you are being a jerk. Alright, and if a girl says something to another girl, like, she calls her the B word, and the girl didn't even do anything to her, then that girl is just reflecting her personality. Like, everyone can see what kind of person she is if she's saying that stuff to another human being, alright? If a girl calls another girl a slut, and the girl over there is one wearing the little shorts and the other one's wearing sweatpants, why? That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't register in my head. But, so there was this girl that I found out about. Her name was Megan Taylor Muir, and she was 13 years old. And she was bullied. She was cyberbullied. She was bullied at school. She was a really nice person, and her parents described her as bubbly and always happy and trying to have fun and trying to look on the bright side. But her friends decided they were gonna do some mean things to her after she left them. So she went to a different school, and they made up a whole MySpace page and faking a person, and she started to talk to that person, and she was happy. And then it was her friend and some other kids, and then the person just randomly told her life would be so much better without you, because the world is a horrible place because you live in it, and you just need to just get off the earth. I don't know why God puts you on this earth. And I've gotten told that too by someone, and it makes you feel pretty bad. But you have to remember, if someone's making you feel bad, then why are they on their purpose on the earth is not to make you feel bad? Because that's stupid. Because what are they doing here besides just making one person feel bad? They need to find a purpose in life. Make someone feel good. My purpose is warning people, don't bully. And so that girl, Megan, well, she was found 21 minutes later after receiving that message, and she sent back, before this happened, she sent back, words like that make a girl want to kill herself. And they responded back, well, you should. And they found her 20 minutes later in her closet, and she hung herself. And she was 13 years old. alright? She was 13 years old. She could have had a really great life. And some inconsiderate people took away everything from her. They broke a family. They it was basically, to me, when you're bullying someone and they kill themselves, to me that's like murder. You ruined a person for no reason and they died. You did that. That's what a bully does. And even if the person doesn't kill themselves and you're just saying things to them, you're just like, oh, well, you're never going to amount to anything. You suck at blah, blah, blah. You suck at no one likes you. What? Why? Why are you saying that? Because it's not going to make you cooler just to make fun of somebody. I mean, what is that going to do? Who's that going to help? That's not going to help the person you're being rude to. That's not going to make them feel good about themselves. I don't know why that would make you feel good about yourself. Your friends, they're not going to laugh. They shouldn't laugh. If you have people around you making fun of other people, or when you make fun of them and they laugh, it shows you what kind of people they are. Because that's not funny. And that's kind of sick how someone... This was horrible too. An 8-year-old boy, he was gay and he already knew, and he just wanted to live his life happily, and he didn't care. And his parents were okay, his family was okay with it. They're just like, be who you want to be. But he got bullied at school, and he got beat up really bad for days and days. And he killed himself, and he was 8. He was 8. This was a couple weeks back. But he could have had a really long life. Like, he could have lived way long. Like, no one had to be mean to him. You don't have to make fun of somebody just because everyone else is doing it. Because, why? Like, that's my question. Why would you make fun of somebody? Because, does it make you seem cooler in front of your friends? Does your family do that? Is your family, like, do they love to make fun of people? Because if they do, you need a better family. You need to find people who just are good, genuinely good people, you know? Like, I don't make fun of people. After my experience from being bullied for so long, I don't make fun of people because I hurt for a long time, and I cried every day. I called my dad to come get me from school because somebody threw a water bottle at me and called me an effing whore in the hallway. They just threw a water bottle at me and called me that. I don't know who they were. I never did anything wrong, but, you know, that still just makes you feel really bad about yourself. So, why would somebody want to do that? And then the parents, this is what all the parents say. They're jealous of you. They want to be you. Maybe you did something wrong. Did you do anything to upset them? You didn't have to do anything to upset them. No one should bully anyone. I would never hurt anyone. Like, even if you hurt me, I'm not going to get you back. I don't want anyone to ever feel the way I did. So, I'm not going to get back at you. That's called karma. And I'm not karma. I'm not going to do that. But I would call my dad and say, can you pick me up? I just want to go home. I once told my mom that I was sick. And so I stayed home. I didn't want to go to school that day. I just didn't feel like doing things anymore. I didn't hang out with my friends on the weekends. I didn't talk to people. I just listened to my music all the time in class. I didn't talk to anyone. But that was me giving up. And that's the thing. I let the bully win, and I let them get the best of me. And that's pretty sad. And I will never do that again. Like, now that I learned, whatever they say, I don't care. I don't care. Because then I see, wow, that person really has nothing better to do than to talk about me, to like hurt my feelings. They need something to do. Like, I'm not their hobby. Like, they're obsessing over everything I do. Do you realize that? When a bully decides to pick on you and just you, they're obsessing over you. So it's kind of like they're your biggest fan. Just think about that. The person who makes your life a living hell is kind of your biggest fan, because they're trying to see what you're doing every minute of your life. And that's okay. If someone bullies you, yeah, you do need to get help. I got help. Things have been better, but they've only been better because I just let go. You just gotta let go. You just gotta sit back. And if they say anything to you, put headphones in, listen to music. That's what I did. And it works. Listen to a song that you listen to when you're pretty upset. And just be happy. Like, if your friends come up to you and be like, oh, do you want to hear what blah, blah, blah said about you? Just be like, no. Not really. And if they tell you still, just be like, okay, shrug it off. Alright? I had my friend come up to me and he was just like, oh, well, so-and-so called you a whore yesterday. I'm just like, that's great. I mean, it didn't change my outlook on that person because I knew what he had heard from somebody else. So that's okay. I mean, I'm not going to change my whole perspective on another human being just because he was repeating what he said. Just gossip, and which is bad anyways. So, my topic this week was bullying, and it will probably be that for a while because that's the worst thing a person can do, is hurt somebody else, and don't know why you would do it. So if you're a victim of bullying, don't feel bad about yourself. Just learn to let go and to not care, because it's working so far. And I feel great, and I don't feel like going home in the middle of the day. I don't cry at night. I would never waste my tears on somebody who did not care if I was alive. And I don't. You shouldn't either. And if you are a bully, my thing is, you are a jerk, and screw you. And what is wrong with you, and why? Just ask yourself that question. Why am I bullying this person? Because he or she's a loser, because he or she's gay, because he or she... Why? Does that give you a right to bully them? Would you like somebody to bully you if you were a loser, if you didn't have friends, if you were gay? You don't want that to happen to you. How would you feel? You're gonna lose everyone, like, who's a true friend if you start to bully. So, stop it. And if you ever, whenever you call someone a name, they say sticks and stones can break your bones, but words will never hurt me. Words hurt more than anything now, okay? Because people are saying things. There's phones, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's Kick, Tumblr, all that stuff, Twitter. Say a bad thing on that person, and that's there forever. You can't delete it. They can look back on it. You can text somebody things, and they're harsh. They will look back on that for the rest of their life, and then you'll regret it. You'll be like, oh, I was so mean to this person, that's why they're not my friend anymore. They were a great friend. Oh, well, they don't want to talk to you anymore. You bullied them. Or they died. They killed themselves because you were such a butt. Alright, so that was my rant for this week, and I promise I'll have one next week. Alright, well, thanks.